Yo guys, what is up? Total Recall Gamers here, and today is going to be another awesome tutorial video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own YouTube outro. Now I'm updating this tutorial because the last one has done amazingly well, but it's a little far behind now because YouTube has actually implemented a new thing called end screen annotations. Now end screen annotations are so important because they allow mobile users to click on them, and that is just a huge deal, and that's why I'm remaking this tutorial. So today the outro's theme is going to be focused around Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and I've created a folder on my desktop with some crucial things you're going to want. One is going to be your background. Now I got a screenshot online of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and then also I got a social media icon pack that's a PNG file format. I mean, it has a transparent background. I also got like a static thing to use as an overlay, and then I also got my outro music. For outro music, I would recommend anything that's non-copyrighted. A great resource you guys can use is non-copyright sounds on YouTube and finding one of their songs, and you should just credit them in your description. And then I also got a security cam overlay because that's kind of like the theme we're going to go for. Now, I'm making it in this style of a theme, but you guys, if you honestly follow the tutorial and get the gist of how to make it yourself, you can use any image you want. So the first step is going to be loading up the program called Gimp 2.8. Gimp is absolutely free. I've made all of my tutorials, graphic art at least, with Gimp. So you're going to want to install Gimp on your computer. It's amazing, and if you can't afford Photoshop, it's just the way to go. And then also we're going to be using a plugin that Gimp can utilize called ScriptFoo. Now ScriptFoo you're going to have to install off the internet. I will leave a download link down in the description. You have to download the file and then drop it down in your scripts folder in your Gimp directory. And I might have to make a tutorial on how to install ScriptFoo because I get comments every video usually asking how you do it, and I'll have to update that tutorial. But from now you just have to have ScriptFoo and Gimp, and then the first step is going to be File, New, and set the width to 1920 and the height to 1080. This is standard HD, and then go down into the advanced options and we'll do fill with transparency for now, and then hit OK. So we're gonna have to also get some toolboxes, so we'll get new toolbox and expand this out. Windows, dockable dialogues, tool options, and dockable dialogues, layers. That's pretty much all we need for this. So first step is going to be File, Open as a layer. We're going to find that folder that we saved all of our images to, YouTube outro, and we'll find the Modern Warfare Remastered and it will open. So immediately we notice that this is a really big image, so if we actually zoom out down here, we'll see that this image is gigantic compared to the actual image that we want to create, which is this size right here. So we're going to use the scale tool over in our toolbox, and we're going to scale it down a little bit. And then beforehand, make sure that you have keep aspect ratio in your tool options on. That way it doesn't distort the image. And we're going to scroll. We're going to resize it to right about there. Hit scale. And then we're going to move it over and put it like right around here. That looks really cool. Now we have the guy and his shotgun ready to breach, you know. And then we're going to zoom back in a little bit. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and then we're going to maybe blur it about 10. This isn't necessary. This is just a filter effect for our example. You don't necessarily have to blur your background. And then colors, we're going to go to desaturate, and then we're going to desaturate this one again. Once again, more added little effects I'm doing for this example, but just follow the tutorial and you'll get the basic understanding on how to make your own YouTube outro in any style. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to create our previous video and a random video. Now with the YouTube outro, you can have 2 videos being shown, 1 video, your YouTube logo, subscribe button. So for this one, I'm going to do a previous and a random video. So the first step is actually going to be creating a guideline to snap our text to. So we're going to go down to Image, Guides, New Guide by percent, horizontal 50%, and hit OK. Perfect. And if you don't have the guides, if you go to image, you might not have this because you need ScriptFoo once again. So make sure you have ScriptFoo to get the guides. All right, so now go back to our toolbox. We're going to use the text creation tool. We're going to drag out and we're going to type in random video. And we're going to select that, change the color to white. And then we're going to type in any, you can use the basic fonts that Gimp comes with. I actually installed one off defont.com called Blitzwing Expanded, Bold Italic Expanded, and I'm going to use that one because I think it looks really nice. So there's our random video, and that's probably going to be over to the right actually, so I did that in the reverse order. But we're going to just drag this now to the fitting of the text, and then just like that, maybe in a little bit, just like that. And now we're going to use the move tool. We're going to click on that and we're going to snap it to that line, and we're going to bring it over to the edge right about there. That looks good. And then we're going to create a new text just like this, and now we're going to write previous video. We're going to select that. Once again, make the color white, and I'm going to select the same style font, which was this one, and then I'm going to make the size correct, the same size. So over here I had the size 110, so I will make sure that this size font is also 110, that just like that. And then I'm going to drag the box, make it sure it fits the text correctly, use the move tool, and I'm going to move it down and snap it, and then make sure that the gap, I'm just going to eye this and then make sure it's about the same. So right about there, that looks good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make this text look a little bit more fancy. First step though is going to be going over to our layers tab, and we're going to right click and merge down, and that just merge the two layers. And now if we use the little eye tool, we'll see that those both disappear at the same time. So now whatever we do essentially to this side, we'll do this side, which is nice. So you're going to go up to Script Foo, Layer Effects, Bevel and Emboss, and you're going to go to Inner Bevel. We're going to keep the size at 5, soften at 0. We're going to go to Shadow Color, and we're going to select kind of like a olive army green, somewhere like around there. I think that looks pretty good. We're going to go Merge with Layer and hit OK. Now that just added a really cool like green, I don't even know what the word is, just an emboss and bevel, essentially, bevel and emboss, that really makes the text look really cool. And then we're also going to go to Script Foo, Layer Effects, and we're going to add a drop shadow to it, so it kind of pops out of the background. And all these sizes, or all these settings look pretty good. We'll actually make the size a little bit bigger, maybe 8. We'll hit OK, and just like that, that one looks pretty awesome. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to add our social media in. Now, if you're a sponsored YouTuber or you have a network you want to show off, you could always add in their logos or their images. Go to File, Open as Layer, and that's where you can select to open things in. We're going to be dragging in some social media icons, so we're going to use this pack I found online, and it comes with a transparent background, which is a PNG file format, so make sure you do that. So in this case, I'm just going to leave all these in there. You can, delete and select which ones you want. Personally, I don't have a Snapchat for my YouTube channel, so I would probably delete this one out of here, but for the sake of the tutorial, we're just going to leave this one in. So first thing we're going to do is resize it because it's a little bit too big, and we're going to drag it down to maybe about this size. We'll maybe keep the width at like 600 or something, and then scale down. And then it's also black, and it's really hard to see, so we're going to go to Color, Colorize, and we're going to make it, we'll make it like a green. Try to keep it the Modern Warfare look. Just like around there, maybe add some saturation to it. That's like an olive green. We'll kind of try to keep it more light. Just like that. And then we'll use the move tool and we'll drag this down. And we'll try to center it below this text. And then we're also going to create a new text layer. And then we'll write, follow me on social media, maybe exclamation mark. Change the font once again to Blitzwing or whatever font you want. Make it white. And then we're going to make the size pretty big, maybe 50. And then we'll use the move tool. And then move it right underneath the text. Trying to keep this centered underneath this one as possible. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go Script Foo, Layer Effects, Bevel, and Emboss on this one. And then what you're going to want to do is make the size smaller. We'll do like a 2 maybe. Because if you made it 5, it would be overwhelming. And it's not the same setting as this one because this text is bigger. And then we're also going to go to Script Foo, Layer Effects, Drop Shadow on this one. And then same principle, we're going to make the size a little bit smaller. Maybe 4. Just like that. That looks good. And then we also can do, maybe a bevel and emboss on the logos might not look bad. Maybe let's do a white as a shadow. I don't know. Maybe Script Foo, Layer Effects, Bevel, and Emboss. We'll make the size a little bit bigger. Maybe 5. Hit OK. Yeah, that actually doesn't look bad. Maybe doing black might look a little bit better though instead. And we're kind of just experimenting as we go. Maybe make the size a little bit bigger. Now let's click it, see what happens. I'm not a huge fan of that. It's up to you guys. We'll go up to Bevel and Emboss, Layer Effects. We'll make the size a little bit smaller. And I think we're going to change it to like a lighter green. Ooh, that might look good. Let's see how this turns out. Yeah, I think that looks fine, just like that. So we'll use that, and then from here, we're gonna add some more effects to our background, but that's pretty much it. Now, if you guys wanna add like a, something over here saying like, follow me, or a YouTube controller, or anything, any other image you guys really want, you can just, it's graphic art. So do what you want and make it look all nice and fitting toward your channel. And then we're gonna add some more things on this one. The one thing I'm gonna add is the static to make this look like it's a security cam. So we're gonna create this image, we're gonna drag it out just like that, make it nice and big. And then over here in the layers tab, we're gonna make sure that we move it down just above the background, which is right there, right here. And then we're gonna change the opacity of this layer to maybe around 30. And then from here, we're gonna colorize this. Colorize. We're gonna make the hue green, so we're gonna go around in here. Saturation, we can change this. Be like right around here. Lightness, we can change that. Just like that. And then we're gonna go to File, Open as a layer, and then Security Cam, open it, and then it's gonna open up perfectly to the image. I didn't have to scale it because it was already a 1920 by 1080. And then we're just gonna use once again. Just gonna change the opacity down to maybe around 20, and then we're gonna colorize, color, desaturate, and then leave it right there. So that looks pretty cool. And then maybe even blur it to make it look even less, because we all know security cameras are not quality, right? So we're maybe blur that image. That looks cool, just like that. Modern Warfare Remastered. And from here, that's pretty much it. You guys have essentially made your own YouTube outro. All you have to do from here is go to File, Export As, and now you're just going to save this image. Name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it YouTube Outro 2017 or 2016, 2017, whatever. And then JPEG, we'll change that. We'll change the PNG to a JPEG. And then you're going to go to Desktop, save it to, you can just save it directly to your desktop or back to that folder. So we're going to use that. Export. Quality 100%, of course. And then from here, you pretty much are done. All you have to do now is go into your editing software, whatever you guys are using, Windows Movie Maker if you're super basic. If you're on a PC, now you can be using Adobe Premiere, or I'm personally using Sony Vegas. And it's all you have to do from here is drag in this image as a media file and then put it on the timeline, add some music beneath it, whatever you guys want. And then you're gonna save that video file as its own video. It will be like a 10-second outro clip, and then you just tack on that video outro clip to any video you guys make. And then I'm going to show you guys what you actually do at the end of your video on YouTube to get the end screen annotations. So I was actually trying to attempt to make this tutorial earlier today, and I actually screwed up with the image. The image was not the right size. So I will just show you guys that really quick. But if you go onto your YouTube, if you go onto your channel right here, and then we go to upload, and you're like uploading a regular video, just like this. If we were to upload a video, I believe actually if I go to my Creator Studio, I already uploaded this sample earlier today. Yeah, it was a tutorial, just like this. So you're gonna upload your gameplay clip. In this case, I was uploading some basic Rocket League gameplay just to show you guys how to use it. But once you have this uploaded, you're gonna see this thing called end screen and annotations. Click on that, and then what this is gonna do, it's gonna bring you to the close to the end of your clip, and you're going to have to scrub through it a little bit to figure out exactly when your actual end screen is. Mine was right about here. And then you're gonna see your outro starting to play with the music that you've selected with it. And note, your video actually has to be longer than 30 seconds for you to use the end screen annotation. So just make sure you know that you have to have a video that's longer than that. Click Use Template, scroll down. I personally use this one, and then hit select. And then move the video playlist, or move this video up to the top right hand corner, snap it, and then snap your logo to like the middle, top right. Or you could put it down here if you wanted or whatever, but I'm just gonna put it right here. And then choose video playlist, and now we had previous video here, so we'd click this, edit element, and then you can pick the video you want. In this case, we'd pick this one because this is my most previous video. And then it would automatically put it right here, and then we would stick this one. We'd click on add element, and then we'd just pick a random video of one of mine. So maybe this one, or that one. We'll do this one, okay? Hit save. And then you notice how this timing's not right though, so we actually have to scrub back through the video a little bit. And then we have to wait until our outro pops up, which is going to be right around here somewhere. And it appears right about here. So at 40 seconds in, so we're going to drag this one to about 40 seconds, just like that. 40 seconds and 40 seconds, just like that. And as you can see though, this was my mess up later. The text was too high, but if you followed my tutorial earlier and you have that image, the text should be lower and should be very fitting. So that's pretty much it for the tutorial, guys. All you have to do from here is hit save, and you have it, your own YouTube outro that looks absolutely amazing. You got your previous video, your random video, and this button that will make it so that people can subscribe to your channel right then and there. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you would like the video. Also, check out my other tutorial videos. I will have a link to my playlist down in the description. And subscribe to stay up to date with more of my awesome videos, guys. That's pretty much it. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.